Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today we are going to start unit number 3rd, that is Try Again. Now this Try Again, this one poem, it has been written by W.E. Higson. The complete name is William Edward Higson, who was born in 1803 and died in 1870. He was born in London, right? So this is a poem, and he was educationist, poet, and he has written many poems. This Try Again, it is one of his poems in which he wants to impress, in which he wants to say something and give a lesson for those people who give up very quickly, and for those people who do not try again and again. And this is the best lesson for those people. Whenever they start something, they quit in the mid. They do not complete it. In the mid, they give up. So this poem, it is for those people who do not complete something, right, and they give up in the middle. Now, in this poem, first of all, we will try to read out the learning outcomes. Look at your books, page number 27. Now there is another topic, pre-reading. You can see in the pre-reading, have you read the story King Bruce and the Spider? Now this is a very famous story which based on this theme, try again, right? So this story, you will listen to the story and then we will continue our poem.
Many years ago, there was a king of Scotland whose name was Robert the Bruce. He was a brave and wise ruler. The people of Scotland were lucky to have a ruler like him because at that time England was at war with Scotland. The King of England wanted to capture Scotland and make it a part of England. The independence of Scotland was in danger. Robert the Bruce had a small army of Scottish soldiers. They fought 6 battles with England but lost each time. The English army was much bigger and stronger. They also had more resources with them. When King Bruce and his army lost the 6th battle, they were driven out of their own country. The entire army of Scotland got scattered. The king became a refugee in his own country. He had to hide in the forests and caves because if the English army caught him, he would be imprisoned. One day, when he was lying down on the rocky bed of a cave, hungry and tired, he noticed a spider getting ready to spin a web. He watched her fascinated as she worked slowly and with great care. Holding her thread gently yet firmly, she tried to reach the other end of the cave wall, but she slipped and fell. This did not stop her. She climbed up the cave wall and started the process all over again. 6 times she tried and 6 times she failed. King Bruce was amazed. This tiny creature kept on trying again and again and again. Robert thought to himself, there is a lot of similarity between the spider and me. I also tried to fight the English army 6 times and failed, just like the spider. While these thoughts were going on in his mind, the tiny spider crawled up the wall and began the process all over again. Robert the Bruce carefully watched the spider try for the 7th time. He forgot about his own troubles. Would the spider succeed this time? Or would she fail again? Slowly and carefully, the spider held her thread and managed to reach the other end of the cave wall. Yes, she did succeed in the 7th attempt. King Bruce was filled with new hope and courage. He thought to himself, "Let me try one more time. I just might win, who knows?" Robert the Bruce gathered his scattered army together. He recounted the story of the spider and gave them new hope and inspiration. Slowly and carefully, he built an army of brave Scotsmen. A 7th battle was fought, and this time they managed to defeat the English army. The King of England was forced to go back to his own country. England finally recognized Scotland as an independent country and Robert the Bruce as its rightful king. Robert the Bruce became the King of Scotland. But he never forgot the lesson he learned from the tiny little spider. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Okay, dear students, now you learnt about the story. In this story, you can see that the king, he gave up. But after seeing the spider, he mustered up his courage once again and he started struggle again and defeated the opponents. Now there are 3 questions. Have you read the story? So already now you know about the story. What lesson did the king learn from the spider? Now this is the question you will answer. As you have learnt about the story, now you will answer this one question. That what lesson did the king learn from the spider? And what was the lesson? That depends upon you, that you may give the answer. Why is trying again important in life? Now this is another question, that why people try again and again. What is the need of try again and again, right? Or whether it is a good lesson, good policy or not. Now we will start the poem. Look at stanza number 1st, 28th page. "'Tis a lesson you should heed." Now "'tis", you can see a apostrophe at the start of the word, so you can say "it is", right? The short form of "it is". It is a lesson you should heed. Now the poet says that this is a lesson for you people. You should listen to this. You should pay attention. The word heed means to pay attention or to notice something. So the poet says that you people should notice the following lesson. What is the lesson? The lesson is try again. He means that if you want to do something, any task is given to you, so you should not quit it in the middle, right? If you fail, so you will continue your struggle. You will strive. You will try again and again. If at first you don't succeed, at first, it means that for the first time, if you do not succeed, if you do not complete a work successfully, so after that, you will continue your struggle again and again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Second time, third time, fourth time. Then your courage should appear. Whenever you are trying to do something, so you must have courage. And that courage must be, in appearances. You must show the courage. to complete any activity. For if you will persevere. Now the word persevere means to continue trying to do. To continue trying means continue your try, struggle again and again, or to achieve something. Persevere means to try, to continue your try, to achieve something, specifically with difficulties. When something is very difficult and if you want to achieve that, you struggle for that, you strive for that. So that is called perseverance. You will conquer, never fear. Try again. Now this line, the last one line of the first stanza says that you will conquer at the end. You will be a successful person. You will succeed. Never fear means do not get fear. Do not quit. Do not leave something. Right? Do not lose your courage. At the end you will be conqueror. You will conquer. The word conquer means to take control of a country or city. Literally it means to take control. But contextual meaning, you can say that if you want to complete something, so you should not quit that in the middle, but you should continue your services, you should continue your struggle. At the end you will be a conqueror, right? You will conquer that thing. It means that you will complete the task successfully. So the last one is try again. Now in this stanza the poet says that if you want to do something, so for the first time you may fail, for the first time you may not complete something, but you should not quit. You must be courageous, you must be bold to continue something. You must struggle for that. At last you will become a conqueror and you will conquer that, you will complete that successfully. So the main lesson he wants to give in the first passage, in the first stanza, is that you should continue your struggle and you should try again and again. Thank you so much.